I am in Bombela Stadium at the moment with disappointment. To the Motaung family, I think it's time you guys, especially when it comes to us or to me personally as a supporter, I think it's time you guys let me know what do you expect from me as a supporter. You've made it clear this is a family business. I respect it. But where is your business without me as your customer? What happens if me as a consumer can say happy? The business alone. Where do you guys put us? I think it's time you guys let us know. Okay, fine. What exactly do we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Kaizer, let us know. We've been patient. It's a time whereby we accept Kaizer Chiefs is shwele. We accept it will never be Kaizer Chiefs anymore. Do we accept okay fine? It's just business and then okay fine. But do not play. If you guys are gonna be so emotional, abusive to us, abuser, enough is enough. We've had enough. We've had enough. Let us know what it's in the business alone. Let us know. Let us know if this reach Motaung, if this reach your family. Let us know. What do you expect from us? Let us know. I want you guys to make this video as viral as it can be until it reach the Motaung family. We are in a very emotional, abusive relationship with this team. We are tired. Yes. We are tired. Okay, fine. Give family business. It can run a business alone. What will happen to your turnover? We are not happy as your customers then, if that's what you see. If we want the customer only from us, we are not happy as customers. We are saying we are not happy.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know whether should I smile or should I be doom. You know, I'm struggling to get the Chiefs guys, because they've just lost, which is very, very bad. Bad for Kaizer Chiefs, bad for South African football. Why do I say the Chiefs is a big team? I always argue we need the big teams for any league to survive. You need Pirates, we need Chiefs, you need Sundowns, you need Swallows. So if one of them is struggling, it becomes a problem. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, and I have Saddam. I like it. He's brave enough to show his face, which is good. You know, when things are like this, when chips are down, we need leadership, we need calmness, and then people should show face. Big up Saddam. Always, I always have Thabinho, the only Brazilian we have in our team, Thabinho, a Pagania. So we'll have two people now balancing the story. Let me start with you, Saddam. Welcome to the show, and big up to you, man. Very brave of you. Saddam?
Morning, comrade, and morning, Thabinho. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Earlier on, I was struggling. I don't know whether you are still angry or you are happy or you are gloom. I don't know what to say. Eh?
Oh, let me repeat again. Morning, comrade, morning, Thabinho, and everyone for the show. Thank you very much for all.
Yeah. So today. Let's welcome Thabinho. Thabinho, a Bagajuju, doing very well. Although you have played a draw, but you are on fire. Welcome to the show. Shall we greet the viewers?
Thank you. Good morning to the viewers. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to be on the show.
Guys, I want us to talk about two things. The big one is the one of Kaizer Chiefs. I saw a young girl doing what you call a selfie. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it. Making a plea to the Kaizer Motaung family to listen to their plea, crying loud that they need help. They feel that they're emotionally abused. That's it. That's what she said. She said, I want this thing to go viral so that the management can get this. All right. I'm starting from there, but we need to look and analyze. It's still early in the season. All right. And I like what Saddam said. You'll see that interview tomorrow on Soccer Latum. He gave a very balanced view. Now, I have Thabinho, a Pagaju. Guys, let me ask this question. Is Kaizer Chiefs thin? Or when I say thin, they don't have enough? Why am I saying that? Look at that game. Dupree was in there because of injury. Chavaviro got injured along the way. Then Saile had to come in. Now, that shows that there is no fire power up front. So that is why I'm asking that question. Is it Kaizer Chiefs thin? Do they still have to buy more? One, they've bought players. I'm happy with Castillo and so on. People are complaining, Mulifinseki and all that. But remember, Mulifinseki has qualified for the semi-final of BP Top 8. All right. So that's the kind of a background that I want to give you. So not all is lost. Let me start with Saddam. Saddam, what's your take?
Yeah, I think it's too early to press panic button. Yes, we have to collect 3 points from the start because the league is marathon. When we started, we need to grab the point. So you can count something when end of the season. But what is happening at Kaizer Chiefs now? Yes, we lost 3 games, got only one goal, and then it's a bad. If you can check our games against Captain City quarterfinal, it was good. We play, and then we won. We qualified for semi-final. When you go to TS Galaxy, things change. We didn't go well. We lost the game until we saw the bad issues of supporters on the other side. But to me, myself, I think we must give the team support and the coach. It's too early to throw missile and whatever because it will cause the team and the brand of Kaizer Chiefs, and it's not good because we still have a long way to go. We have 27 games to play for the league. We've got semi-final home and away. So we still can do something. I think the anger, that's why on the statement I said Chief supporters need anger management. Why I'm saying that because before when we had a problem like that, then we used to have a PRO to come to us, talk to the branches, send the message, who do that, and then misbehave, must be dead, hooligans, and whatever. So we used to protect the brand of Kaizer Chiefs. But now we don't have anywhere to go to say, hey, what happened? Because before we supposed to get the message that Breeze is got injury. Myself, I know Breeze got injury, like you'll be mentioning those players. But somebody must come before the game and tell us, like before when Louis was doing that previous PRO. But now, supporters, they just got anger. Each other, we see each other, we just getting
now,
angry.
Saddam, while you're still there, are you telling me that the new guy now, I don't know, his communication manager, Mr. Vina Maposa, does not communicate with the supporters to let you know what is happening in the team in terms of injuries and all those issues? Are you not getting that information?
We don't get that information because why I'm saying that, They changed the PRO issue. They say they are communication managers, very close with the management. As you see, when the coach was doing an interview again with DSTV, he just tell him that there's something wrong behind outside the stadium, inside the stadium, supporters are angry. But that is, to me, I don't think it's good because we need somebody who can communicate with supporters, communicate with the branches. Like now, we're supposed to know what happened after the game. Maybe the boss was supporter throws missile, or maybe a supporter was injury, or players, or whatever. What is happening after the game? We don't know. After the game, we just go home, and that's why you see the supporters, they just get anger now. Everyone calls. That lady was talking. She talked sense. It is very important because we buy merchandiser, we travel, we pay ticket, transport, and everything. We need so-called customer service because we also feel like we are stakeholders. We need somebody to talk to us like when the issue was like that. We have to support our team. I know we play against Amazon, but we must go there to support the team, not to go to throw the missile, whatever. We know the channel. If we got a problem, go to your branches, chairperson, send the message to the Churana, we are not happy, 1, 2, 3. But now we got no way to cry. That's why you can see people just crying because nobody. We just go each other and say why we are losing. Because Pirates and Sundown, they are winning. That's why you can see the three teams. If one team is not winning, the other one they're stuck in lab and whatever, it causes another anger. But we'll go on that one. We'll pass on the thing. And then end of the day, we're going to be qualified. And I don't agree when they say Chiefs will lose against Sundown. Chiefs will disappoint you. Lose against smaller team and win against the big team. You can see team lose. I can say Chiefs can lose against Amazon, but you will be surprised they beat Sundown.
Okay. What I get clear, you say after Mbombela, there were missiles thrown in, which is not a good thing because remember when they do that, the whole world is watching. And Kaizer Chiefs is associated with big brands. The brands don't want to be associated with that kind of behavior. Now, but communication, this is what you are saying. Communication is key. And then you guys were not told what happened, whether anybody got injured or what. That information hasn't come forth. I hope it's a message that should be taken heeded, if that is the case. But I'm sure even Sundowns and Pirates, those days of PROs are gone now. It's communication managers and so on. So I don't know what is the difference between the two, but because Chiefs has so much support and being a brand as it is, so maybe that is necessary. Let me allow Thabinho to come in on what we have just said. Thabinho, I was pointing out what Saddam is saying sharply, lack of communication like it used to happen in the past. And then now, and he's saying they need to support the team. And then nothing is not bad like people, try to portray. What's your point? What do you take?
Look, firstly, I agree with Saddam and yourself, Saubrey, in terms of, that unruly barbaric behavior we saw in Mbombela. I strongly condemn that. It's not good for football. It's not good for publicity. It doesn't reflect good on the country as a whole.
And remember, sorry, Chabiki, too. Remember, Safa is bidding now for Women World Cup to happen. Yes. So these kind of incidents, they are not doing us any good. This is what you are saying. Am I correct?
Yes. Correct. All right. Secondly, Saddam, I don't agree with you when you say it's early days to press the panic button. Okay. Yes, a league is a marathon, but with a marathon, you have your pace setters. You have, teams like Sundowns and SuperSport who know how to win the league. And if they run away now, it would be difficult to catch up with them at a later stage. So the sooner we start collecting points, the better. I mean, you said to me in our last show that I need to help you to bring down Sundowns. But according to Kaizer Chiefs' performance lately, you actually not doing the what we agreed on. Secondly, I look at Kaizer Chiefs standards. It's actually worrying. They were not called the Glamour Boys for nothing. They were glamorous. They used to win trophies, and they used to get the best players, best coaches. But things have changed. According to when we say Kaizer Chiefs have had a very bad season, that is if they won one trophy in a season, then Kaizer Chiefs have had a bad season. But lately, they've gone 8 years without a trophy. That's worrying. It means there's something that management is not doing correctly. What I've noticed is their model of signing players is different from what they used to do in the days of Max Maponyane. He's used to acquire, best and quality players. They used to buy players, and players wanted to play. Every player wanted to play for Kaizer Chiefs. But now, recently, you look at, I'll give you an example of Lebo Manyama, Alexander Cole, Ramohapi, Leonardo Castro, Keegan Dolly, Sitebe, you name it. Kaizer Chiefs have continued to sign players who are out of contract. And what I don't like about signing players who are out of contract is that when those players were at their peak and Kaizer Chiefs wanted to sign them, they didn't want to play for Kaizer Chiefs. Now they are aging, they are close to retirement, they want to play for Kaizer Chiefs. It simply means they want to come and collect their pension check. Okay. So Kaizer Chiefs have to do things differently. They have to go back to how they used to think back then. Now this model is not working for them. Okay.
But Thabinho, let me come in there. As much as you say players they were in their prime time, didn't want to play for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think that's a true reflection. The majority of players, they still want to play for Chiefs. This is what is happening. This is a rumor that we picked up. And I think I've even heard from the Kaizer Chiefs corridor. Whenever a player wants to go to Chiefs, the price changes. It becomes ridiculous so that he doesn't go to Chiefs. Even one of the players confirmed that, I think from Mamelodi Sundowns, they say, as long as you're going to Chiefs, they're not going to let you go. So that too, it's not, you cannot blame it on Kaizer Chiefs. The conditions, they have been done in such a way. I don't know whether it emanates from jealousy or what, for teams to do that. But at the same time, I countered that argument. I said, look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid, why they were called the Galacticos? Because Real Madrid would buy any player. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Now, Barcelona realized that, no, we are not going to compete with these people. So what did they do? They invested a lot of money on La Masia. And then La Masia has produced the best players in the world currently. And La Masia has made them a lot of money. I know Chiefs has invested a lot of money in development, but I'm not sure whether that development is producing what it's supposed to produce. I last saw good players in Dr. Kumalo, Kune, Thabo Moki, Saddam. I don't know, what's your take about that argument? Although I was asking you, Tabiki, don't hold that thought. I want you to come back on that. What's your take about what I'm saying? Why can't Kaizer Chiefs focus on the development and hire the right people? I'm not saying they're not right people, the people who are there now, but what are they producing? Saddam, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think the issue 100% was about the Mbombela issue. Yeah. The issue of Mbombela, it affects us, the Chiefs, Sundowns, all the soccer-loving people. So I think today I can see we're jumping on the players, why we didn't buy this one, we supported this one, that one must be ordered now. I think that one must be for other day to say why Chiefs doesn't have a players, why they don't have an expensive player, what is the problem. But today, I think we are talking about the issue of Mbombela. That will affect any team, not only Chiefs. What happens is we must stop the hooligans, must stop what happened, they behave, condemn those things. This is what I can say. About
okay, fine, Saddam. I agree with you. Listen, Saddam, I agree with you. But what happened at Mbombela? has its roots somewhere. That is why we are taking from that perspective. It's not that it just happened at Mbombela. It's something that was coming. But I respect your view when you say you don't want to comment on that one. But let me give Thabo to comment on because we are looking at the roots. What could be the root cause? All right? That is why I'm saying, are they thin? If you watch the game at Mbombela, the priest wasn't there. And then once Chivaviro went out, Saile was all by himself now, had to fight everything. Do you understand? And that take the steam out of him. But it's fine. I'll respect your view as far as that is concerned. We agree with you. The hooliganism we are not going to encourage. Thabinho, what do you want to say?
Yeah, all I'm saying, Saubrey, you know what you heard in the rumor and what you heard in the corridors that, you know, every time Kaizer Chiefs wants to buy a player, the price changes. Can we agree here now that we're going to treat it as a rumor and it remains as a rumor until it's confirmed?
Yeah.
Right. Secondly, you mentioned, you know, how Real Madrid, you know, invested on La Masia.
Barcelona to counter Real Madrid.
Barcelona, yeah, rather Barcelona. Now, I remember the days of Roman Abramovich at Chelsea. So when he landed in England, he was the richest club owner in the EPL. And then there came Sheikh Mansour of Manchester City. Mansour was considered to be 6 times richer than Abramovich. Okay. Now, you know, the whole market changed. And Alex Ferguson once said, if you want a player and Man City and Chelsea are bidding for that player, stay back, watch and wait for the negotiations to fail because you're not going to match their pairs. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is everybody in the league. Okay, let me talk about Chiefs and Pirates. Chiefs and Pirates have got money. Okay. You know, they can compete in the market for players. But, you know, Sundowns seem to be having an upper hand. And if you look at how Sundowns sign players, most of the players are signed, but when they get to Sundowns, they fail. So you wouldn't understand whether they fail or whether they purchase just to destabilize other teams. That's an argument for another day. But all I'm saying is Chiefs and Pirates must also come to the party and buy players. Look, let me talk about my team. I'm happy with who they signed. I'm just worried about, you know, the current crop of players. Like Brian Baloy said, 60% of players who are at Kaizer Chiefs are not Kaizer Chiefs material. I'm a bit worried. The standard of Kaizer Chiefs have dropped. Kaizer Chiefs have been reduced to just an ordinary team, and it's worrisome because this is a team with a very rich, you know, football culture, football history. You know, Saddam and them, they always hide behind history. They always tell us, look, we can't dispute that. It's a glamorous team. It's used to be the team at that time. But at the moment, even the younger generation, I'm at 2000, and then they've lost respect for Kaizer Chiefs.
Let me move faster, quickly. Thank you very much for input. Saddam, as Thabinho was saying, look at the points. The gap between Chiefs and Sundowns is 11 points. And then as he was saying, you collect points as early as possible. But that's the story for another day. But let's look at the next few games. I think about 5 games or 6 games of Kaizer Chiefs. They'll be playing Amazulu soon, all right? They'll be playing Stellenbosch, which is an away game. Amazulu, they play home. And then they also play home. They play Mamelodi Sundowns. And they are going to play Pearl AM. And then they are going to play away with SuperSport. As you look at those games, as we got them from Gold Magazine, we need to acknowledge that. Now, what do you think what's going to happen here? And what is your message to the supporters? Remember, we are saying communication. You as the #1 supporter, I know you're doing a good job. I see you at Kappa encouraging people to buy T-shirt and then merchandise and so on, which is a good thing. But I want you to use this opportunity, like the statement that you have issued for Soccer Latum, which people should go out there and buy it and see the good statement that you have put. What do you say to rally around supporters, not to say to desert Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, I understand that girl, as you are saying, they spend their money, emotions are being invested and so on. And then he was expressing herself. You allow that thing to happen. But how can you encourage a supporter like her and other Kaizer Chiefs supporters? Somebody was saying, I think it was a joke, that Kaizer Chiefs has last won a trophy during apartheid years. I don't know. What do you want to say? These are the games. Thabinho, I want to hear your input as far as this is concerned. But let me give Saddam here. Saddam, I want you to talk as a leader now of supporters.
I think those remaining games that I can see that you put in on the fixture. As Kaizer Chiefs supporters, we have to rally behind the team to make sure we collect some point amongst those games. But what I can say is we must know that we got three categories. One, when you are a supporter, you must know before you go to stadium, say win or lose or draw. But for the sake of the situation that we are facing now, is where the team need our support. So now we got a problem of injuries, problem this one. Let's support our team until justice roll at Naturana, because nobody can come to you and say, go to stadium, if you don't go Chiefs, you will never play. If I feel like I'm not going to support Kaizer Chiefs because they are losing, it's better I must stay home. When the Chiefs are winning, I'll go there because I like the party. I don't have to struggle. When the Chiefs are down. So this is the issue of supporters. Supporters can change their mind in 30 seconds. But to me, I say to supporters, let's rally behind our team on this important time. We need to support our team for the games that they are playing, because some other things is beyond our control as supporters. We can't say this one must be like this, but our job as 12 players, we must support our team, coaches and players. This is what I can tell supporters. I don't want to say more because we got a game to play on Saturday against Amazulu, and we just lost the game. I don't want to say tomorrow Saddam was saying that because of anger, because of what? No, because of the love of the game. I said my team will bounce back, will win, and then we'll compete with other teams. But I can hear now people that are talking loud. We just like an ordinary team. We understand the thing is not going well on our side, but the things should go back on track.
What do you want to say to the girl who issued the statement? What do you want to say? How can you motivate her?
To the lady, I was there in Bombela. She does the interview. She was at Bombela. It happened at Bombela after the game. She was so furious. She was not happy. Everybody was not happy. Remember that day, outside the stadium, inside the stadium, everything was up and down, upside down. But I think where she is now, with my experience, with my knowledge, ladies, let's sit down. She must also combine and go back on track and support their loved one. This is Kaizer Chiefs. I know she was not happy. She was angry. She was crying.
Will you try?
When you love the team, this is the way it is.
Sorry, Saddam. Sorry, Saddam.
Yeah.
Sorry, Saddam. Sorry, Saddam. That was rude, but I just wanted to give you something. Will you try to track her and speak to her yourself?
No.
To comfort her?
I think I'm going to. I know her, and then I spotted her when she was doing the video. I didn't want to interfere. We left, and then I saw the video, and then she sent the video, and then because now it's still she's not well. She needs something like in the sake of counseling to talk to her that listen, the game is part of the game, lose or win. You must talk to her because she was not happy. I think by tomorrow on Wednesday, I'll make sure that I'll speak to her. Saturday, when we talk on the show, I'll let you know that I speak to her. She's okay. Because now I know she's not okay because she received calls, messages from other people. Why you do them? Other one accuse them. Other one agree with her. But she needs something to be cool down, reduce the anger, and get happy and go back to the happiness day.
Yeah, I am Thabinho. What do you want to say as far as that is concerned? Saddam, thank you for that input. And then what do you want to say, Thabinho?
Yeah, look, I'm actually
especially when you look at those games that I showed. Yeah. What do you think? What's going to happen? You have seen the lineup. I think the big one is the one with Mamelodi Sundowns. All right. And then, as I always say, the rivalry between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, it has now taken another level. All right. Yeah. So, what do you want to say?
I'll give Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 against Amazulu. Stellenbosch, two reasons that will motivate them. They are giant killers, number one. You know, they like playing against big teams and they like beating big teams. Number two, it's an away game. Stellenbosch are very difficult at home. So, you know, Kaizer Chiefs would be lucky to come alive out of that game. I would give them a draw on that one. I don't see them winning. The Sundowns one, hey, Saddam, no, you're going to have to forgive me on this one. I don't see Kaizer Chiefs winning against Sundowns. I'll give you a reason. They don't concede a lot, which means their defense is solid. They score a lot, which means, you know, they are, players up front. You know, they bang those players. And I have a problem with, Kaizer Chiefs striking force. Like you mentioned, Dupree is not there. Chivaviro is not there. Then you are left with Saile. And Saile still have to convince me. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with Saile. He runs. And that final touch, always disappointing. And that's the touch that matters most. So at the moment, Kaizer Chiefs have got a challenge, especially up front. Unlike Pirates and Sundowns, where our midfielders, score more goals than, our strikers. Kaizer Chiefs don't have that luxury. Kaizer Chiefs midfielders are not, goal scorers. They do here and there, but not a lot. Okay. I'll give you an example of Motaung. Saling, scored 15 goals in all competitions last season. He's not a striker. He's a winger. So Kaizer Chiefs don't have, a player like Motaung who, rise to the occasions when strikers fail to convert those chances. Against Sundowns, Saddam, sorry.
Okay, let me move on so that we move to the next topic. But to the defense of Saile, at least he takes shots at goal. I would have been disappointed if he doesn't even take shots at goal. He reaches the goal. That's my opinion.
Are they on target?
Yeah, but at least that is why I'm saying at least he reaches there. All right. Remember, that's the opinion that I have. I may be wrong. I may be right. But I'm saying fair to him. That happens. But guys, before we move on, we need to say big up to Safa. We know that VAR is coming. We have been complaining on this show about VAR, and now VAR has been approved very soon. Apparently not this season, maybe next season. But the fact that at least, because I've been complaining and saying we're the best league in Africa and well-resourced, all right? So why we don't have VAR? And look, link that with the penalty. That was a clear penalty that TS Galaxy should have received against Kaizer Chiefs.
I don't want to hear that.
It wasn't captured. But if there was a VAR, that could have been awarded to TS Galaxy. So big up to
let's leave it at 1-0.
Yeah, Safa, let's you know what? As much as people can say whatever, but they've done very well. They've won the AFCON. They've qualified for the knockout stage in the World Cup. And then now it's VAR. Now is remember, they cannot be perfect. And now they are also bidding for the Women World Cup. So let me move on, guys. I'm not going to allow you to talk on this one because I'm watching time. Let me go to Messi Special, guys. Guys, I don't know whether you've seen that this guy is continuing to break records. I don't know. You can tell me. This guy played 7 games, and then he made 7 wins. He went to the team, the West team, in the league there. He has scored 10 goals. Remember, he's not a striker, but he's coming from deep, like you are talking about Saleh. He's coming from deep. But look what he does. 1 assist. And then man of the matches, about 5 of them. I mean, man of the matches has become an occurrence for him. And then now he's got the League Cup champions. He won the Golden Boot. He won also the the Golden Boot of the tournament, of that tournament. He also became the man of the tournament. So this man is writing history. And then now, I don't know. I mean, in one tournament, I still need to find a reason why he can't win the Ballon d'Or. People must still tell me, why can't he win the Ballon d'Or? Why can't he win the UEFA Champions League? Because these are the titles for top goal scorer and also man of the match. I mean, man of the tournament. Not only man of the match, only man of the tournament. That's Lionel Messi for you. This guy, he's really, really great. Now look at the record of that team. The top goal scorer, it's Gonzalo Higuain with 29 goals, but after how many appearances? 70 appearances, okay? And then followed by Leonardo Campana, and then with 16 goals after 52 appearances. The third is Joseph Martinez with 9 goals after 30 appearances, and then and also Robert Taylor with 9 goals after 66 appearances. Then Lionel Messi has tied with them after how many games? Only 7 games. He's already there. So now this man is continuing to, to break records after records. And then I saw, what's his name? Just a minute. I saw, sorry about that, man. And then I saw Scaloni after the game saying, you know what? This guy, he said, if I were to be asked who's going to be the best player, do you see this one of Scaloni? Can you see this? Or you can't see it? But sometimes...
No, we can't.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now, here is it. No. Still. Let me see. Okay, I think it's there, is it? Now, Scaloni said, if they ask me top 4 best players in the world, all right? He said, the first one will be Lionel Messi, all right? He said, if you ask me about the 4 best players in history, I'll answer you with Messi of Barcelona, Messi for Argentina, Messi for Paris, Messi for Miami. This is not a praise, but this is a fact agreed upon by everyone who watch football. I don't know what's your take about that one. What's your take about that one?
Yeah, look, Bro Saubrey, the honest truth is, I always say each generation have got their own special breed of players.
Mm-hmm.
And Messi is a special breed. And we are privileged, to have watched him play. And I think the next special breed of players that would come in 100 years, not anytime soon. He has set a record. I mean, we've had Ronaldinho. He has written his own, history. We have had the Rivaldos. We have had the Ronaldos from Brazil. They wrote Pele's, Maradona, and them. Each generation will always have, a special breed of players. And unfortunately, we've had to see Messi write, the history books. Unfortunately, like I said, the next special breed of players will be in the next 100 years. I don't see, any player, coming closer or breaking this record anytime soon.
Saddam, what's your take?
Saubrey, I think for me today, I can distance myself for the Messi Special. I'm focusing on the local.
Yeah.
Because after
No
what
problem.
happened, please bear with
No,
me.
I fully understand. Don't worry, Saddam. Kaizer Chiefs will come back. Kaizer has been around. Yeah. Kaizer Motaung has been around.
But Thabinho, when you said Chiefs will never beat Pirates, will never beat Sundowns, I'm very surprised. Not because you are a pirate, just because You don't want us to get victory against Sundowns. Sundowns are not
No, I'm
convincing.
looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the
Let me
numbers.
finish. Let me finish.
Okay,
How
okay.
many goals have Kaizer
Thabinho,
Chiefs scored?
just allow
Yeah.
him to finish. I'll give you a chance, don't worry.
Yeah, let me finish. I say last week, Sundown, they are scoring goals, yes, but they are not convincing like last year. Last year, they were hitting left and right. Now, if you can check, they win by this one, penalty, whatever. But Sundown never give Chiefs a problem. We lose by our mistake, even when you can check the last previous games. But I say to you, Chiefs will surprise everyone, especially yourself, Travis, to beat Sundown, especially when you're going to play home and away. But I said to you, when you said Chiefs doesn't have somebody like Saleh, yes, you can't say Chiefs they got somebody like Saleh because me and you, we are noisy neighbors together. Saleh is a good player, but let's get the Chiefs we got. But just because of the performance, we're not going to say we don't have a good middle field, we don't have this one strike, whatever. But the things will come back and then it will be okay. Check on Saturday what is going to happen, what's the space. But I just disagree when you say Chief doesn't have good middle field, Saile is no good, it doesn't convince you and what. Yes, it won because another agenda of Derby issue. But
all right,
the main point
Saddam. Okay, Saddam, let me give him a chance because time. Thabinho, come in.
Yeah, look, Saddam. I mean, I'm looking at the stats. Sundowns is scoring goals. Sundowns is on top of the league as we are talking now on this show. Sundowns is number 1 with 9 points, when Kaizer Chiefs is sitting at number 12 with 1 point. Right, that's for starters. Secondly, you look at the top 8. Let's focus on the top 8. Top 8, yes, you have won 2-1. Sundowns have won 2-1 as well. But we look at the consistency, the performance. And this is the problem that I had even last season with Pirates and Chiefs. They were not consistent. That was their downfall. This week they win, next week they don't win. I mean, Pirates went on to bang 5 goals against Kukuni. What happened in the next game? They played a draw. And we're expecting them to, this is my argument, Saubrey, to say Chiefs and Pirates are not consistent. Sundowns is consistent. Okay. So this is the problem to say.
Guys, let me allow you to differ. That's how football is all about. You have to differ. You've got your view. Saddam also got your view. Saddam, don't worry. Kaizer Chiefs will come back. I'm sure about that. I'm convinced they'll come back. Kaizer has experience. He has been around, This thing doesn't happen for the first time. All right? So, yeah. Guys, let me check with you. I don't know whether you saw that this guy, David Beckham, has hired a bodyguard for Lionel Messi. I don't know whether you saw what that bodyguard does. He follows him all the way to ensure that he's well protected. I don't know whether you saw that. And then, and then this guy is watching all over, man. And then I don't know whether you saw Neymar. Neymar apparently has got about 5 domestic workers, looking after him. And these boys, they are really enjoying themselves. I don't know what's your take about that kind of life that is happening, guys. What's your take? You have all these things happening. And then I saw this guy is watching very closely, and make sure that Messi is protected. I want to share. He's also watching when he's with his sons or the family. He's always there watching. I hope we can see this. This is Messi's firstborn, and this guy is there to protect him. And then and then I still want to hear when people continue to say he's not the best. If you look at the man of the match in terms of who is leading when it comes to man of the match, Ronaldo does not even come close. I'm talking about man of the matches. And remember, I always argue to say, man of the match, you have beaten 21 guys in the field of play. This is the numbers that Messi has done in terms of man of the match.
Sorry, Saubrey.
Yes, bro.
I have to jump off. I've got a 9 o'clock meeting.
No problem. But thank you for participating. I really appreciate it. Man of the match, and then I'm looking at Champions League, where people are saying, hey, Ronaldo is doing well. Messi has done 67 man of the matches. And then look at the people who are following him. And then I don't even see Ronaldo in that group of men of the matches. Saddam, thank you very much, man. You're going to win, don't worry. Kaizer Chiefs will continue to be a big.
I just want to send a message. I just want to send a message to Thabinho, because Sundowns this year they score 5 goals. Pirates score 5 goals.
Yeah.
You two deal each other until we come all right. Pirates, please deal with Sundowns, because you're on track. I'm still fixing my things, but I will come. But I want Sundowns and Pirates. They must do something, because the Pirates have been beaten by Sundowns left and right. Most of the time they are point provider. So maybe now they will change. Please, Thabo, deal with Sundowns while I'm still getting better.
Not because of
me, because of they score 5 goals each. They must deal each other. Not just what I'm going to do with Sundowns. I don't have a problem with Sundowns. It's a payback time for Pirates to revenge, because they used to be beaten 6-0, 6-1 all the time. But now it's the chance for Pirates to make sure they deal with Sundowns. Me, I can do my own thing. I'm still fixing my glasses.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You know what? Chiefs may surprise everybody and beat Sundowns. Watch that space. Although Sundowns is on song.
That will happen, yes.
Very, very on song. But that's a possibility. It's football. It's round. It can go anywhere. All right. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. And please continue to subscribe and continue to like and give us your comment. Much appreciated. Thank you.